Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
CBS Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. Guys, today is a beautiful, crazy day in the soap world, and honestly, we have so much to unpack that I don't even know where to start. Grab your coffee, or maybe something stronger, because the drama in Genoa City is absolutely off the rails right now. We need to talk about what is happening on our screens. So let's just dive right into the absolute mess that is Nick Newman right now. And I mean a literal, terrifying mess. If you've been watching the last few episodes, you already know that Nick has been spiraling out of control. But honestly, I don't think any of us were prepared for just how dark the writers were going to take this storyline. We all know Nick as the golden boy, right? The moral compass of the Newman family. The guy who is always judging Victor and Adam for their shady choices. But right now, Nick is so far off his pedestal he has basically hit rock bottom, grabbed a shovel, and started digging. He is completely restless, totally out of control, and it is all because of the massive amount of drugs he is pumping into his system. And let's talk about where those drugs came from, because this is where the story gets incredibly dark and, frankly, a little bit pathetic for a guy like Nick. You guys remember a few episodes ago when he was trapped in that storage unit? Yeah, well, it turns out he didn't just survive that ordeal. He used it as a shopping spree. Nick actually stole extra bags of pills from that storage stash before he got out. He literally pocketed them, so now he has this massive, hidden stockpile of drugs. He's not just popping a pill here and there to take the edge off. He is fully, hopelessly addicted, and he has the supply to keep this dangerous high going for a long time. It's honestly hard to watch. You see him sweating, shaking, his eyes completely glazed over, and he's just completely lost in the haze of whatever chemical garbage he took from that unit. Adam knows something is wrong. Of course he does. Adam might be a lot of things, but he isn't stupid. He's been sitting there watching Nick's wild mood swings, the reckless decisions, the sudden bursts of anger followed by complete manic energy, and Adam is suspicious. He's looking at his brother and seeing all the classic signs of an addict spiraling out of control. It's actually kind of ironic, isn't it? Adam, the guy who was literally running around Vegas under the alias Spider, doing who knows what, is now the responsible one. Adam is the one looking at Nick and thinking, wow, this guy is a disaster. Let's be real here. When Adam Newman is the voice of reason in your life, you know you have messed up on a monumental scale. But Nick is in total denial. He thinks he's invincible. The drugs are telling him he's a superhero, that he can handle anything. And that brings us to the most terrifying part of this entire storyline. Nick is high out of his mind, completely strung out, and he decides that this is the perfect time to get behind the wheel of a car. What were they thinking? What was Nick thinking? I literally screamed at my screen when he grabbed those keys. You do not drive when you are practically vibrating from stolen storage unit narcotics, but he does. He gets into the driver's seat, and Adam, probably out of a desperate need to keep his brother from killing himself, gets into the passenger seat. And you can just see the absolute terror on Adam's face. Adam is sitting there strapped in, realizing that he has handed his life over to a guy who can barely see straight. The tension in that car is suffocating. Nick's foot is heavy on the gas pedal, the engine is roaring, and Adam is gripping the dashboard like his life depends on it, because it does. Nick is driving like a complete maniac. He's swerving, he's speeding, he's ranting like a lunatic. The drugs are making him paranoid and aggressive, and he has one single, obsessive thought in his head: Matt Clark. Oh my God, Matt Clark. Can we just take a minute to talk about how much I hate this guy? The fans on social media have been going crazy ever since Matt's name was brought back into the mix. Matt Clark is the ultimate nightmare for Sharon. He has tormented her, abused her, ruined her life in the past, and now he is back from the depths of soap opera hell to finish the job. And Matt isn't just playing mind games this time. He has escalated things to a terrifying level. He has lured Sharon and Noah into a deadly trap. From what we are seeing, Matt has Sharon and Noah cornered, possibly in some abandoned gas station out in the middle of nowhere. And you know what an abandoned gas station means on this show. It means explosives. It means someone is planning to blow the place sky high. Matt is completely unhinged and he wants to destroy everything Nick loves. He wants to take out Sharon, the woman who survived so much trauma, cancer, bipolar disorder, and all the Newman family drama. And he wants to take out Noah, who is always the collateral damage in these twisted revenge plots. Noah is just a good kid who loves his mom, and now his life is hanging by a thread because Matt Clark is a psychopath. So Nick somehow figures this out. Through the fog of the drugs, through the manic haze, his protective instincts kick in. But they are totally warped by the pills. He realizes that Matt has Sharon and Noah, and he decides he is going to be the hero. He is going to track Matt down and stop him permanently. He is going to end Matt Clark once and for all. But he's trying to do this while completely high. The car is flying down the road. The streetlights are just a blur. Adam is yelling at him to slow down, to pull over, to let him drive. Adam is practically begging. Nick, you're going to kill us. Nick, stop the car. But Nick can't hear him. Or he won't hear him. Nick is locked in this drug-fueled tunnel vision. All he sees is his mission. He has to save Sharon. He has to save his son. He's gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles are white. His jaw is clenched, and he's just pushing the car faster and faster. And then, tragedy strikes. It happens so fast, but at the same time, it feels like it's happening in slow motion. The car is speeding, the tires are screeching, and suddenly, out of nowhere, there is a figure in the middle of the road. Nick is high. His reaction time is completely shot. A sober person might have been able to swerve. A sober person might have slammed on the brakes in time. But Nick isn't sober. Nick is floating on a cloud of stolen pills. He doesn't brake in time. There is a sickening, horrifying thud. The sound of metal hitting flesh, the windshield cracks. The car violently swerves as Nick finally, desperately hits the brakes, sending the vehicle spinning before it finally comes to a screeching, smoking halt. He hits someone. He actually hit someone. The victim is dead right there in the middle of the road. I was sitting on my couch, completely frozen. My jaw was on the floor. Did they really just go there? Did the Young and the Restless really just turn Nick Newman into a vehicular manslaughter suspect? I mean, think about the history here. Think about the absolute, devastating irony of this moment. Nick lost his daughter, Cassie, in a car crash. Cassie died because of reckless driving. That tragedy defined Nick and Sharon's lives forever. It broke them. And now, years later, Nick is the one behind the wheel. Nick is the one who is intoxicated. Nick is the one who just took a life on the asphalt. It is so dark, so twisted, and honestly, it is brilliant but heartbreaking writing. I hate it, but I love it, you know? It's the kind of soapy drama that keeps us hooked. But now we have the biggest question of the year. Who is dead? Who did Nick just kill in the middle of the road? The show left us hanging, and my mind has been racing with theories ever since. We have to break this down because the identity of the victim is going to change the entire landscape of Genoa City. Theory number 1. It's Matt Clark. Okay, think about it. Matt is the one orchestrating this whole trap. Maybe Matt was out on the road. Maybe he was trying to flee the scene. Or maybe he was setting up a perimeter around the gas station to make sure nobody could rescue Sharon and Noah. And in a twist of poetic justice, Nick, who was speeding to kill Matt anyway, accidentally runs him over and kills him. If it's Matt, it almost feels like a twisted victory. Nick saves his family by accidentally running over the villain. But even if it's Matt, Nick was still driving high. he still committed a massive crime? You can't just run people over, even if they are evil psychopaths. But if it's Matt, maybe the police will look the other way. Maybe Victor can buy the judge. I don't know. It feels too easy, though. The writers rarely give us an easy way out. Theory number 2. It's a completely innocent bystander. Maybe some poor local who was just walking home. If this is the case, Nick's soul is going to be destroyed. If he killed an innocent person because he was high on stolen pills, he will never forgive himself. The guilt will completely consume him. We know Nick. Underneath the drug addiction, he still has a conscience. If he realizes he took an innocent life, he might just confess to everything and demand to be locked up. And can you imagine the fallout? Nikki will be absolutely devastated. She has struggled with alcoholism her whole life. She knows the demon of addiction. To see her son become a killer because of drugs? It might push Nikki right off the wagon. And Victor. Victor will immediately go into crisis management mode. He will try to cover it up. He will try to bribe the police, hide the body, do whatever it takes to protect the Newman name. Which brings me to Adam. Adam is in the passenger seat. Adam is the only witness. What is Adam going to do? Is Adam going to let Nick take the fall? Or, wait, hear me out. What if Adam takes the blame? What if Adam, knowing that Nick is the good son and the father of children who need him, decides to switch seats? What if Adam tells the cops that he was driving? Adam is already the black sheep. People already expect the worst from him. Maybe Adam thinks he can handle the prison time better than Nick. That would be an unbelievable twist and would completely change the dynamic between the brothers forever. But would Adam really sacrifice his freedom for Nick? Especially when his relationship with Chelsea is already so fragile right now. Probably not. But it's a wild thought. Theory number 3. And this is the one that actually makes my stomach hurt. What if it's Noah? Oh God, please don't let it be Noah. But think about the setup. Matt Clark has Sharon and Noah trapped. What if Noah managed to escape? What if Noah was running down the dark road, desperately trying to get a cell signal, desperately trying to find help to save his mom? And Nick, speeding through the dark, blind from the drugs, hits his own son. I can't even type that without feeling sick. If Nick killed Noah, the show would never be the same. Sharon would never, ever forgive him. Nick would probably end his own life from the grief. It would be Cassie all over again, but a million times worse because Nick was the one driving. Okay, maybe that's too dark even for Y and R. I'm going to pray it's not Noah. I don't think the writers would destroy the family that permanently. At least, I hope they wouldn't. Theory number 4. What if it's someone connected to Adam's past in Vegas? We know Adam was involved in some really shady stuff as Spider. Reza Thompson is still hovering around. There are dangerous people looking for Adam. What if one of those Vegas thugs was tracking Adam, stepped out into the road to ambush the car, and Nick just plowed right through him? That would tie the Vegas storyline and the Matt Clark storyline together in a really messy, chaotic way. Whatever happens, this is the end of Nick Newman as we know him. He is going to hit rock bottom in the most brutal way possible. The police are going to arrive. They are going to see the drugs. They are going to see Nick's dilated pupils. There is going to be an arrest. And let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture of the Newman family right now. They are completely falling apart on all fronts. While Nick is out here committing vehicular manslaughter on a drug bender, Victor is busy playing corporate god, destroying Phyllis and the Summers conglomerate with fake AI evidence. Victor is so obsessed with business and crushing his enemies that he doesn't even realize his own son is literally dying from addiction and destroying lives on the highway. And Nikki is caught up in her own messy drama. She just got caught in a compromising position with Jack Abbott by Diane. So Nikki is distracted, Victor is distracted, and Nick is completely alone in his darkest hour, save for Adam, who is probably having a panic attack in the passenger seat. Honestly, I am exhausted just thinking about all of this. It feels like a fever dream. Sometimes I wonder what the writers are drinking when they come up with these plots. But you know what? It's working. I am glued to the screen. I need to know who is under the tires of that car. I need to know if Sharon and Noah survived the gas station trap. I need to see the look on Victor's face when he gets the phone call from the police station saying his golden boy is a drugged-out killer. It's going to be a long, painful road ahead for Nick. He's going to need serious rehab, serious therapy, and probably a very expensive defense attorney. Michael Baldwin is going to have his hands full, assuming he isn't too busy trying to save Lauren from the fallout of the summer's conglomerate collapse. I'm going to wrap this up before I start rambling even more, but you guys need to let me know your theories in the comments. Who do you think is dead? Is it Matt? Is it a stranger? Is it Noah? And do you think Adam will cover for him? Let's be real. This show is about to get so incredibly messy, and I am here for every single second of it. Stay tuned, because tomorrow's episode is going to be explosive, literally and figuratively.